are currently in second place in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. Dodge City is 16-15 overall, 14-10 in the RMBL. Free admission for tonight's game has been made possible through the generous sponsorship of State Farm Insurance, the Wayne Boss Agency, Commerce Bank, and the Paisley Pear Wine Bar, Bistro, and Market in downtown Hayes. We greatly appreciate these generous folks and their support of Hayes Larks baseball. And now let's meet tonight's starters for your Hayes Larks. Leading off and playing second base from the University of Texas at Arlington, number 2, Tanner Price. Second, playing third base from Arizona Western College, number 4, Ben Firenze. Batting third, the right fielder from Creighton University, number 1, Jack Tarosian. Batting cleanup for the Larks, the first baseman from Murray State, number 20, Garrett Gruel. Fifth, playing left field from the University of Tennessee, number 33, Dylan Dreiling. Tonight's A Street liquor beverage batter playing center field from East Tennessee State. Welcome him back to Larks Park, number 8, Leo Simeon. Batting seventh, playing shortstop from the University of Tennessee, number 3, Austin Jaslov. Batting eighth, the designated hitter from Ohio State University, number 6, Hunter Rawson. And batting ninth, the catcher from Northeastern Oklahoma State University, number 7, Brady Evans. Mound tonight for the Larks from the University of Oklahoma, number 28, Cade Brown. And in his 40th season with the Larks, please welcome the head coach, Mr. Frank Leo. Larks pitching coach is Keith Harper. Assistant coach is Dustin Dreyer. Micah Ridgway is the son of Randy Ridgway, longtime team member with one of tonight's game sponsors, State Farm, Wayne Boss Agency. And representing the Paisley pair, Megan Musil. Well, there you have it. Thanks to Micah Rich.
Meet me down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya.
Tuesday night action here in Hayes. It is the final game of the season between the Dodge City A's and Hayes Larks. Each team has played each other 5 times this season. This is the 6th matchup of the season, the 3rd at Larks Park. Cade Brown, the Oklahoma Sooner, gets a start for the Larks and starts with 2 strikes quick to Roberto Gonzalez, the second baseman out of Imperial Valley College. He's an Imperial California native going up against the Franklin, Tennessee native, Cade Brown. Cade 0-0 on the season, was just 1 inning short of picking up a win against the Fort Collins Foxes in his last appearance. Went 4 innings in the start, missed his mark of 5. This is his 3rd start of the season. His 8th as a Lark, 5 last year, 3 this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. CB looks home, gets the signs from his catcher. Brady Edmonds delivers the 1-2 home. Goes outside again, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Larks 4-1 against the Dodge City A's this year. 3-0 in Dodge. 1-1 here in Hayes. 2-2 counts to Gonzalez. Missed his own, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Larks won yesterday big time, 16-1. Outscoring the Colorado Tribe 40-1 in the past 2 games. They threw back-to-back no-hitters. 3-pitcher no-hitter on Sunday and another one yesterday. Gonzalez working a good at-bat to get things going. He fouls his payoff pitch off, and we'll get another one. Artie Ramirez on deck, Klinovsky in the hole for the visiting Dodge City Ace. Larks coming to this game 28-7 on the season, 19-3 in league play. Sitting in second place, 1.5 games back. Fly ball to deep center field. Jeminian in his first game back as a Lark leaps up at the wall, and it goes over the wall. It is a leadoff home run for Roberto Gonzalez. Now one between the 4:05 marker in deep center and 3:49 in right center. Jeminian gave it his best effort, just couldn't bring it in. And Gonzalez, who pitched well against the Larks in his debut against the Larks earlier, hits very well in his 5th game against the Larks. Puts A's up against the Larks 1-0 quick. It's a big game. Larks need to win it if they want to have a chance at winning the Rocky Mountain Baseball League, and Dodge needs to win if they want a chance to make the NBC tournament. Gonzalez now with 2 home runs on the season, 9 RBIs, and he scored 22 runs. Swing and a miss here from Artie Ramirez. He's the first baseman from Walnut, California. He will be joining Tanner Rice and Hunter Marshall at the University of Texas Arlington in about a month. They will play for their new coach, Van Hook. A ball and a strike. Brown versus Ramirez. Klinovsky on deck. Morrell in the hole. Dodge City up 1-0. Nobody out, nobody on in the top half of the first inning. Pitch number 3, the at-bat, a slider that runs outside, 2-1. Dodge comes in this game 17-16. Loss puts them at 500 tonight. They are 14-10 in Rocky Mountain Baseball League action, 7.5 games back from the Liberal BJs, sitting in 3rd place, 6 games back from the 2nd place Larks. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Larks looking to win their 6th straight game and their 10th straight home game. And the 2-2 delivery will be swung on a miss. Cade Brown gets his 6th strikeout of the season, strikeout number 61 as a Lark.
The designated hitter, number 8, Jacob Klinovsky.
Artie Ramirez in his 13th game as a Dodge City Ace strikes out for the 16th time. 1 away, bases are empty for Jacob Klinovsky, the designated hitter, out of Cal State East Bay. He's an Upland, California native. He batted cleanup against the Larks in his last game and went 0 for 3 with the strikeouts. Last meeting between these two teams was a 15-3 win for Hayes, who put up 16 hits as opposed to Dodge's 3, and run ruled him at Cavalier Field in Dodge City. Brown got the start in that game, went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, no earned runs despite 3 scoring on him. 1 walk, no strikeouts. This one goes on a line drive to Rice, slows up and bounces to him. He throws to Garrett Gruel in the 2nd game at first base for the 2nd out of the 1st inning.
Number 22, Kyle Morrell.
A strikeout and a ground out to count for Cade Brown's 2/3 of an inning. He's given up a home run as we go to the cleanup hitter, Kyle Morrell. Morrell batting .301 this season, takes a high fastball at the inside corner. What a good pitch from Brown. Couldn't have painted the inside high corner better if he tried again. 0-1 late on the swing, forces it to go opposite field. It'll drop in fair territory. Dreiling chases it to the wall, picks it up, and will throw to the cutoff man Jaslip. It is a 2-out double for Kyle Morrell. Runner at second base with 2 away. Dodge looking to score their 2nd run of the 1st inning. Morrell with 8 doubles this season, 29 hits in his 26th game. To the 5-hole, Michael Weiner. He's a center fielder tonight. Has played in the outfield almost every game against the Larks this season. He's out of Midland College and is a Midland, Texas native. He batted 7th against the Larks in the last matchup and went 0 for 3 with the strikeouts. Larks struck out 8 in that game. Sam Hendon with 1, and then Brady Rose came in and threw 3 great innings, striking out 7 through 3 1-hit, no runs, no walks. Hendon before that 2 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, a strikeout. I believe it was 6 up, 6 down for Hendon. unless there was an error or a hit by pitch. But if I do remember right, I remember we had a string between him and Rose where we retired, I think like 10 or 11 straight. 2 balls, no strikes to Widener. Do it for the Larks in the bottom of the first inning. Rice, Ferenzi, and Tarosian. Brown from the stretch, way ahead of the swing is Widener. The changeup gets him. 2-1 moves the count. Another warm day in Hayes. And as so, the first pitch got moved back to 7:30. First pitches through Saturday, all going to be 7:30. The 2 Liberal games and the first game against the Denver Cougars here at Larks Park will start at 7:30 Central Time. 2-2 counts. Brown looking to get out of this first inning. He's been on the bump in the heat for a while. 2/3 of the innings, 18 pitches, 2 hits, 1 earned run, a strikeout. 2-2 grounded to the on-deck circle where Andrew Ramirez makes a barehanded play on it. And after that home run from Gonzalez, Cade Brown gave up his first home run of the season, hadn't allowed one through his first 9 innings and 5 appearances. This is his 3rd game pitching against the A's this season, and gave you the numbers from his 2-inning start on the 6th of July, but then his last outing before that one was on June 28th, where he threw an inning, picked up a very clutch save, left the tying run at third, go-ahead run at second base in the bottom of the 9th. Gave up 1 hit, walked 1. Biggest thing is that there were no runs. Payoff pitches home with 2 away. It'll catch Widener looking. He was waiting on the call from Hunter Fitzpatrick and went in favor of Cade Brown. He strikes out 2, gives up 2 hits, and leaves a runner on second in the first inning. Larks trail by 1 as we move to the bottom half of the first on Larks Network. This is Carson Ackerman on the call. Bottom of the first from Hayes, Tanner Rice will lead things off. Sends his first pitch into foul territory on the first base side after a couple bounces. Rice's 3rd game at the plate after missing about a week or so of action. This season against the Dodge City A's, the Mesa native, 7 of 21 with 4 runs, 5 RBIs. Oh no, that's Jack Tarosian's numbers, my bad. 3 for 13 for Rice. He scored 3 runs, driven in 5, walked 7 times. One of his 3 hits, a double. He's also stolen a base against him. No balls, 2 strikes. It's Ethan Bautiste on the mound. He is 1-1 on the season. He's out of Chaffee College, and he's a Cali native. Southpaw up in the count, sets up on the third base side of the rubber and delivers home. Rice gets a hold of it, but is early on the swing and pulls it into the Dodge City bullpen. He's got Ferenzi on deck, Terosian in the hole. Yesterday in the 16-1 win, Tanner 0 for 3, but he won 2 times and scored both times he saw the base paths. Defense straight up, the 0-2 to Rice. He pulls Bautista off to the mound to the third base side and jogging to first base. He will be out on the 3-1 or 1-3 ground outs.
From Arizona Western College, the third baseman, number 4, Ben Ferenzi.
Ben Ferenzi to the plate. 2 for 3 yesterday with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. On a 2-game hitting streak, looking to make it 3 in this at-bat. Bautista's first pitch to him, a strike. He's not messing around. He wants to throw strikes in this outing. Bautista pitched against the Larks on June 26, went 3 innings in the starts and was given the loss. Gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, a walk, punched out 3 Larks. That was in Dodge City, and the 9-3 win for the Larks. 0-2 to Ben. He grounds to the shortstop. Denbo hops down to first base. Ramirez gets the catch and gets the outs. 2 up, 2 down for the Larks.
From Creighton University, the right fielder, number 1, Jack Terosian.
Terosian to the box. You got a preview of his stats against Dodge earlier. Let's give you the full one. 7 of 21, 5 RBIs, 4 runs, and a trio of walks. His hits are 4 singles, 2 triples, and a double. He's also picked up a sacrifice fly and stolen 3 bases against Dodge. He's got Gruel on deck, drowning in the hole. There is 2 away quick. Bases empty in the bottom half of the first inning. Hayes trailing by a run. 0-1. Fly ball to left side. It will go past the Larks dugout, drop past the bullpen. 0-2 counts to Jack Terosian. I do not believe Ethan Bautista has thrown a ball yet so far in this first inning. This one over the outside part of the plate. Terosian pulls it to the first baseman Ramirez, who gets the out unassisted at first base. Bautista gets the Larks to go in order in the first and will take a 1-0 lead to the second at Larks Park. Dodge after the second. Leading it off is Andrew Ramirez, the third baseman. Oh, 1 count. CB delivers home late on the swing, sends it to the backstop. Ramirez down 0-2 quick. Ramirez out at Queens College. And just like Artie Ramirez, is a Walnuts, California native. 0-2, nobody out, nobody on to lead off the top of the second inning. We're at the 6th hole in the order, and his 0-2 pitch misses above the letters.
Larks fans, the baseballs used in the game tonight are not intended as souvenirs, so please, if you get a baseball, bring it back to the Larks Nest.
Good attendance here at the ballpark yet again, despite it being 1,000 degrees here in Hayes. Wind not helping the fans out at all, just slightly blows from the third base side to the first base side, but Cade Brown will start the second inning with his third strikeout of the day. Angelo Zazzarino to the box. He's the left fielder out of San Joaquin Delta. One of quite a few guys on the roster out of the Delta. Call strike here to Zazzarino. Zazzarino this season, .333 batting average. 5 singles, 4 doubles, a triple. He's driven in 4 runs and scored 7 in 12 games as a Dodge City A. Larks got 2 big games coming up against the Liberal Thursday and Friday. Win those 2 games, set yourself up to win the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. Lose one of them, and it is going to be very tough to win the league. Either way, we will get into the NBC, but you really want to win the league and get those bragging rights over Liberal. The 1-2 delivery to Zazzarino. Brown strikes out his 3rd in a row on it. 2 up, 2 down to start the second inning. CB looking good.
The shortstop, number 23, Brock Denbo.
In his 20th appearance as a Lark, 15 last year, 5 this year. It's actually his 21st, including this one. Brock Denbo to the plate. He is the shortstop who threw out Ben Ferenzi in the first inning. Takes the ball here, 1 ball, no strikes. Brown, a 6'4" redshirt junior out of Oklahoma, where his team made it to the National Championship Series at the College World Series and got beat by Ole Miss. One from Brown, swung and a miss. Before Brown was at OU, he spent a year at San Diego. Made 19 appearances there. 2-1 record, 20 2/3 innings, striking out 18. 1-2, swing and a miss. Cade Brown strikes out the side in the second inning. 4 straight strikeouts for him. He now has 5 on the day, 10 on the season through 11 innings, and has 65 career strikeouts as a Lark. Larks look to get on the board in the bottom half, coming up after the break. Bottom of the second, the cleanup hitter out of Murray State College will lead things off for the Larks. Garrett Groult is his 11th game as a Lark. Takes his first pitch over the outside part of the plate. 0-1 Bautista. Really nothing but strikes through the first inning. Starts out the second inning the same way. The southpaw delivers home. Throws his first ball in the second inning. 1-1 counts. According to the Larks game changer, he's thrown 12 pitches, 11 strikes, 12 pitches, 11 strikes, and 1 ball. Gruhl sends this one a mile high into center field. Michael Widener slides into the left to get it. 4 up, 4 down for the Larks offense to start the game. First ball put in the air.
From the University of Tennessee, left fielder number 33, Dylan Driley.
MLB All-Star Game happening tonight. After the home run derby took place yesterday, and former Lark participating in both of them. He beat Schwarber in the first round of yesterday's home run derby. He had a huge upset and is playing in his 11th All-Star Game. It's Albert Pujols, as Dylan Drilling will ground out to Artie Ramirez on 1 pitch. 2 up, 2 down. Pujols played for the Larks in the 90s. He's a 3-time National League MVP, 11-time All-Star, 2 World Series champions, as a former Rookie of the Year, and a 6-time Silver Slugger. 2 away as Leo Jominian steps to the box. His first game back in the Larks lineup after playing in the European Championships for his home country of France, who really dominated, went 4-0. We'll get you his numbers later in the game. We get a break in the action. There's some more news we got to bring to you, but right now we're going to focus on Jominian. Jominian getting the start in center field tonight. This season against the Dodge City A's, he's 8 for 17, 7 runs, and just as many runs driven in. He stuck on the team and walks picked up, has picked up 4 against them. Home run, a triple, and a double, 5 stolen bases, and 2 sacrifice flies for Leo against the A's this year. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 away, nobody on. Bautista delivers to Jominian, who grounds it to the shortstop Dembo. Bautista's looked good for 2 innings. He faces the minimum through 2. 5 ground outs and a flyout. Gives the Larks off the scoreboard and off the hit column. To the 3rd frame we go. Dodge 1, Hayes 0. Third frame of action after the Larks go in order in the second inning. It puts CB back on the bump for the 3rd inning, and he fires a first pitch First pitch strike to the Dodge City native. Rubio Duran plays at Dodge City Community College. Grew up in Dodge City and is playing for the Dodge City Ace. Larks have a couple of Hayes natives on their roster. One of them in the lineup tonight, Dylan Dreiling, standing out in left field. 1 ball and a strike. Nobody out, nobody on to the leadoff man of inning number 3. The pitch home to the catcher. Popped over the backstop and will go into the stands. Bounce around for a while before a fan makes a play on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the bottom of the order catcher. Fourth pitch, the AB grounded to Ferenzi, who waits on it, throws a strike across the field, and gets it in time. Brown is now retired 5 in a row. Breaks a streak, though, of 3 straight strikeouts. Let's check out that defensive alignment for the Larks. From left to right in the outfield, Dreiling, Jiminian to Rosian. Garrett Gruhl getting his second start at first base. Rice back at second. Jaslov yet again at shortstop, and Ferenzi subbing in for Palmer Hutchison at third base. Hutchison has been away from action for a little bit, and then it's Evans behind the plate for the Larks. First pitch home from Cade Brown will miss outside on a fastball, 1-0. Brown worked a really good second inning, striking out the side, 1 looking, 2 swinging. Gonzalez, who hit a home run in the first inning, sends this one to the first base side. It'll be a race to the bag, and Cade Brown gets there just a split second after Gonzalez, who is 2 for 2 today with a single and a home run back on the base path. He's not a slow runner by any means, so be sure to keep an eye on him at first base if you're Cade Brown or Brady Evans. Runner at first with 1 away. It's the first base runner since Kyle Morrell's double in the first inning. From either team, first base runner since then. Artie Ramirez at the box. He was Cade Brown's first strikeout of the day back in the first inning. Brown 5 strikeouts today, 2 in the first, 3 in the second, none so far here in the third inning. Check over at first. Gonzalez slides in head first on the turf and is safe. Check over again, not in time. Larks have won 9 straight league games. This is a big one. They want to make it 10 straight. They have won 11 of their last 12 league games and have 9 straight wins at Larks Park. They're 12-3 in July and 18-2 in home games. Fly ball into right center field. Jiminian moves back for a little bit, then goes to his left, coming in and gets the second out of the third inning. Gonzalez stays at first base as his teammates and designated hitter Jacob Klinowski comes to the plate. Klinowski, the DH out of Cal State East Bay, grounded out to Tanner Rice out of UTA in the first inning for the second out of the game. Garrett Gruhl to hold Gonzalez at first base. As Klinowski looks for his first hit of the day and to move Gonzalez over. Brady Evans pumps up on a high pitch, wants to look Gonzalez back to the bag, and does so. He threw behind a runner at second yesterday after a pitch and threw out his second runner of the season. He did it at the JUCO World Series, so don't play with Brady Evans if you're on the base paths. We've seen him do it in Hayes, like I said, and again we've seen him do it in the biggest stage of JUCO ball. In Brady's 3-year career at Murray State, he threw out 32 runners. Check over at first with a 1-1 count. Sliding in safely is Gonzalez. Tony Vega, the base paths umpire, took a long look at the bag. Gonzalez gets up a little bit slow, and time is called for a split second before Klinowski can get his 1-1 delivery. It goes outside, 2-1. Woodruff, the lone coach of the Dodge City A's. He's got a player coaching at first base. Works without Andy Lutzen for a little bit, their third assistant coach. And so they have former Lark and former assistant coach of Frank Leo at Hayes High School, Dustin Dreyer, taking over the coaching duties through the end of the regular season. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away to Jacob Klinowski. He's got Morel on deck, Widener in the hole, but he's 1 strike away from being the 3rd out of the 3rd inning. Brown with the sun beating down on him, looks at Gonzalez at first. Doesn't run. The payoff pitch inside. Gonzalez will be running on this next pitch, with it being a 3-2 count and 2 away here in the 3rd inning. Cade Brown's last outing was against Fort Collins. We went 4 innings in the start, 3 innings, a walk, struck out 3. He's already topped that season high of strikeouts before the 2nd inning was over. Payoff pitch, swung and a miss. He strikes out his 6th of the day, 11th of the season. Nope, never mind, foul ball. Sure looked like he didn't get a piece of it, but he got just enough of it. Cade in his 2nd year with the Larks. Last year on the mound, the Oklahoma Sooner. Played in 15 games, went 4-1 with a 3.06 ERA, was tied on the team for the most appearances with those 15. Gonzalez will be running again on the 2nd payoff pitch. It'll be Cade Brown's 4th walk of the season. There is 2 on with 2 outs. We were so close to having the end of the inning, but Klinowski got enough of the ball to keep his at-bat alive.
The right fielder, number 22, Kyle Morel.
Two away, 2 on with Carl Morel at the plate. He doubled with 2 outs in the 1st inning. Would sure like to do it again, but Cade Brown surely doesn't want that to happen. Brown working with a 2 flat ERA prior to this appearance, had just 2 earned runs through 9 innings. This one goes off the skinny part of his bat, goes to 3rd base, where Ferenzi scoops it up in foul territory. Quick 0-2 counts. Brown about to hit 50 pitches, but Bautista, nice thing about him getting 6 up and 6 down is he didn't have to throw a lot of pitches through just 17, so he will be fresh and able to go a long way. As for Cade Brown, he's going to need to get the pitch count to go a little less per at-bats. He wants to stay on the mound very long. 3 hits for the Dodge City A's, and the 0-2 is home. It'll miss inside, gets away from Brady Evans. Gonzalez to 3rd, Klinowski to 2nd base, 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. Gonzalez was the runner on the base paths against the Larks, and that Cade Brown save was just 90 feet from tying the game up in the bottom of the 9th, and then Brown got a big out and ended it and got the Larks the win. One, 2. We'll miss outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Larks were down 1-0 yesterday against the Colorado Tribe. The 1-0 deficit didn't phase them at all, as they beat them 16-1. But Dodge City much better than the Tribe. Larks will have to do some work, but no reason to be stressed at all. The 2-2 home with 2 away. Swung and miss, and there is the strikeout. Brown gets his 6 strikeouts of the day. Now it's 11 on this season. 66 as a Lark through 44 career innings. So the Larks have the 3rd week go. Brown has allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 run, and has left 3 on the base paths. Bottom of the third, it'll be Austin Jaslove who'd lead things off. For the Larks, the first pitch to him from Bautista is a strike over the outside part of the plate. Jazz down 0-1, but he has had the Dodge City A's number in every game against him, and I'm sure Bautista and the Dodge City A's did not enjoy seeing this kid struck to the plate. He is 10 for 23 against them this season. Has had 3 multi-hit games, a stolen base, 7 RBI, 6 runs, and a grand slam. 0-2. Outside, a ball and 2 strikes to Jazz. He's got Rosson on deck. Evans in the hole for Hayes. It's the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up here in the third inning. Bautista's first ball of the inning. It's a 1-2 count. Nobody out, nobody on for Jaslove. This pitch outside. 2-2. Good eye. Larks have Cade Hare standing up in the bullpen. He's pitched against the A's before, and he'll start to get a little bit warmed up. He's not throwing yet, but he is getting ready to. 2-2. Jaslove chases one outside and goes down on strikes. It's now 10 for 24 against the Dodge City A's this season, and it has been 7 up, 7 down for the Dodge City A's in the first 2 1/3. Hunter Rosson to the box, tonight's designated hitter out of Ohio State University. Rosson this year against Dodge, 4 for 12 with 5 runs and 2 RBIs. He has walked 6 times. Larks have beat Dodge City 4 times already this year. Beat him 10-3 early in the season and lost 2-4 at Larks Park, but then since then beat him 9-3, 6-5, and 15-3. The ball and a strike to Rosson. Pitch number 3 to him, missed low, 2-1 counts. The ace is empty. The 2-1 to Rosson. He pops up. It goes to the middle of the infield. Everybody moves towards it. Ramirez makes a last-second adjustment, calling everybody off, and gets the second out of the third inning.
From Northeastern Oklahoma State, the catcher, number 7, Brady Evans.
So a former UTA Maverick pops out to a future UTA Maverick, and there is now 2 away, and the base paths are still empty for Brady Evans. Larks 5 groundouts, a flyout, a strikeout, and now a pop-up. Evans has seen limited action against the Dodge City A's because he's a catcher, but is looking for his first hit against him. He's 0 for 8 with a walk and RBI off of a sacrifice fly. The Larks' other 2 catchers, Halter and LaRue, batting a little bit of injuries right now, so Brady the lone guy. I can sit behind the plates. 2-0 count to the Murray State Aggie, headed to NSU. Brady in yesterday's contest, 3 for 4 with an RBI. And 3 doubles. 2-0 catches the outside part of the plate, 2-1. Larks will have our first off day in a week tomorrow. That's 6 straight games over 6 days here in Hayes, and will be a much needed day off before we take on the Liberal BJs for 2 crucial games. 2-1 home from Bautista, 3-1 counts. Brady Evans working a good at-bat here, has a hitter's count. He's the first guy to work one this well against Bautista. No hits, no walks, no runs for Bautista through 2 2/3. The hitter's count delivery to Evans. Outside, he will walk his first of the day, number 9 of the season. Before this outing, he had pitched 21 or 23 and a third, gave up 26 hits, 16 runs, and the ERA of 6.17.
Larks batting winner, the second baseman, number 2, Tanner Ryan.
Courtesy runner for the Larks is the man out in New Mexico,
Courtesy runner at first.
is Cam Walton. Tanner Rice to the plates. We're at the top of the order yet again. Two-way runner on. Rice lines this one up the middle, gets the Larks on the hit column. Walton around second, and will be headed back to third. Luckily the ball gets, or back to second. Luckily the ball gets away from Gonzalez. Evans with a walk, Rice with a single. Momentum starting to change to the Larks side. There is quickly 2 on with 2 outs. The 2-out rally starting to swing for the Larks. Ferenzi 0 for 1 today. He steps to the plate. He grounded out to Dembo for the second out of the bottom of the first inning. Walton at second, Rice at first. They will spin and throw to Walton. Throw was a little high. It forced Gonzalez to leap to get it. Terosian on deck, Rule in the hole. Larks looking for their first run. It's Cam Walton at second base looking to score as Ferenzi sends his pitch into center field. Moving back is Weiner. He reaches up at the last second and gets the out. That'll be frustrating for Ben. Struck it well to the deepest part of the ballpark, but he leaves 2 on, and the Larks will go scoreless for the third inning today and trail by a run as we move to the fourth. Fourth frame from Hayes. Michael Weiner will lead things off after just robbing Ben Ferenzi of a hit. He swings and misses above his first pitch from Cade Brown. Goes down the count 0-1. Brown has allowed 3 hits, a walk, and a run today. He's left 3 on the base path since that first inning. Has really settled down. Allowed a home run and a double in that first inning. And the second inning got 3 straight strikeouts. The third inning, a walk and a single, but he left 2 in scoring position. Getting a clutch strikeout of the cleanup hitter Morel. Weiner at the plate. Stands in left-hander's batter's box versus the righty Cade Brown. Gets this one to go into left center field. It'll drop and be at least a single as Dylan Dreiling gets to it before it can be extra bases. Throws it into Rice. And Weiner is now 1 for 2 today with the strikeouts and a base hit to left field.
The third baseman, number 2, Andrew Ramirez.
Runner at first base with nobody else here in the 4th inning of action. Ramirez at the box. It's Andrew, not Artie. He's out at Queens College. And is 0 for 1 today. He struck out looking to start the 2nd inning. This pitch is blocked by Brady Evans. Sliding to his right, 1-0 counts. Cade with 6 strikeouts already today. That is his season high. In the zone, 1-2. Actually, 1-1, even counts. Brown's season high in strikeouts last year was 9. That was against the Rough Riders, where he threw 5 innings in the start and got the win. Ground ball to Ferenzi. He's looking for 2, but he'll take it off his glove, punch his glove, and reaching on the E5 is Ramirez. There is 2 on with nobody out here in the 4th inning. First error of the game from either side. It takes us to Angelo Zazzarino. Zazzarino struck out in the 2nd inning just like every other batter did in that inning. Brown was big time for the Larks last year. He pitched 4 innings at the NBC tournament against the Midcrest Pumas. Helped the Larks get the win and was credited with the win. Gave up 2 earned runs, striking out 8, just 1 walk. Then he pitched against the Seattle Studs. Threw 4 2/3 in the start, 1 earned run, striking out 4. Ground ball to the right side, it rolls foul. Larks beat the Studs 8-1. That was a big time win for the Larks. Went 3-2 at the NBC tournament. This year, going to be interesting to see what the Larks can do. They want to win the RMBL to get a good seed. Really, you know what the bats are going to do. The bats have been the most consistent thing for the Larks this year. Just have put up a ton of runs, as the Larks are outscoring opponents by quite a bit this season. To be exact, they are outscoring teams 380-142, but sometimes the pitching has been shaky. Well, not the case tonight. Brown with 1 earned run through 3 innings and has gotten a ton of strikeouts, but the Larks bats have only picked up 1 hit and a walk, and it didn't come until 2 outs into the 3rd inning. In matchups this season, Larks are outscoring the A's 42-18. A's have outscored their opponents 244-222, much different gap than the Larks' run difference. They had a run. Brady Evans loses it, and having a good jump at second base is Weiner. He moves up to third base, and there is runners on the corner, still nobody out. Brady Evans couldn't find it between his legs, didn't want to let the runners know that he couldn't find it. But now Brown will have to clutch up with a runner 90 feet from scoring with nobody else. Runner takes off. Brady Evans does throw down. Jaslove cuts off the throw. The throw home is going to be in time. What a good play from Jazz. Smart heads up play to run in front of second base. So we don't care about that guy. We want the guy at the plate, and it's a quick double play. And well, now they're not saying anything. They're going to, as Woodruff argues it, they call the runner out at second. And now Leo is going to be out of the dugout to talk with it. So Ramirez is out at second, but they're going to leave Widener at third base. I don't see what he could have done there. He didn't interfere with the ball. Larks were trying to get that lead runner, and that's what I think Frank's arguing at with the umpire. I mean, gosh, I got the replay pulled up on my phone. Jaslove had nothing to do with that runner. That should be the third out. If he did something, it should. They got the strikeout. They got the guy out of the plates. Now Vega and Fitzpatrick are going to discuss it, but Jaslov made the right play, cut in front of second base, threw home. Wasn't even close to the runner. It was a good throw home. Evans applied the tag in time. Vega and Fitzpatrick discuss it. And they're going to leave that runner at third. Larks don't get it, and I try to be unbiased, but that one just isn't really adding up for me.
Now batting the shortstop, number 23, Rob Pinball.
2 away with the runner at third base. That run scores. That's going to be one that's going to cause some around the dugout to go down the Larks side. That one, I don't know. I'll move on as Dimbo comes to plate. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. He pops this one up. Brown and Evans move towards it. They get called off by Ferenzi, who drops to a knee right by CB and gets the out. Was loud enough to where I could hear him through the broadcast headphones, and Brown moved away just in time. Doesn't matter. Leave that runner at third base. Larks get out of the inning and go to the bottom of the fourth. Brown throws a clutch fourth inning with 2 on and nobody outs. Gets a strikeout, a pop outs, and they get that runner out at seconds. Bottom of the fourth after the Larks work out of a jam. It's Terosian who lead things off. They just announced that it was offensive interference at second base, but that doesn't really add up. As Terosian sends his 1-0 delivery to the left side, a ball and a strike to the Larks' 3-hole. Tanner Rice, the lone hit of the day for the Larks, back in the hit column after having a 3-game hitting streak snapped in yesterday's contest. A ball and a strike to Jack Terosian. Gruel on deck, drowning in the hole. The 1-1 above the letters. 2-1. Terosian skies this one to deep center field. Weiner keeps running, and he takes it to the deepest part of the ballpark. He's one of the first guys in a while to send one over the center field wall in the Larks uniform. Gonzalez in the first. Terosian responds here in the fourth inning, ties the game up with a home run. He hit one in Colorado back in June and gets his second of the season. Has now driven in 23 runs and scored 43. Gets to put on the Cowboy app for the first time in a month and put the Larks on the scoreboard. Jack now on a 9-game hitting streak. That is the fourth longest active on the team behind Gruel. Actually, just the third longest behind Gruel and Dreiling after Hutchison had an 11-game hitting streak snapped the other night. Trojans' last home run was on June 11th against the Denver Cougars, and a 2-for-5 effort with a single, and obviously that home run. What a way to get momentum back on the Larks side after Bautista had pitched 3 really good innings. Our broadcast went haywire for seconds, but now it's back so you can see things. Stinks that it's one of the best hits of the year comes when the stream went wacko. But trust me, it was cool and the fans here at the ballpark liked it. Garrett Gruel at the plate. He flew out in the second inning for the first outs. And is up in the count, 2 balls, no strikes versus Bautista. Dreiling on deck, Jeminian in the hole. And it'll be 3-0. Bautista a little shaken up after the long ball. Bautista threw 2 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and an earned run. He has a green light on 3-0, chases one over the outside part of the plate, takes a home run cut at it, loses his helmet a little bit, and is now working with a 3-1 count. Jack extends his team leading run score to 43, has a 3-run lead over Dylan Dreiling. Swung goes past Frank Leo, and will be a 3-2 count. New first base coach for the Larks, Dustin Dreyer. Frank Leo back at his normal third base spots. Payoff pitch to Garrett Gruel will be a walk. There's a runner at first with nobody else. Larks have walked in 2 of the last 4 plate appearances. Actually 2 of the last 5. The last 5 plate appearances, a walk, a single, a flyout. Then in this inning, a home run and a walk. Dreiling to the plates, but not before Dodge City will do something.
The field at number 33, Dylan Driver.
Bottom of the fourth, Larks have tied it up 1-1 after Terosian's home run, and Bautista's done after a situation that kind of reminded me of Cam Walton out in Colorado. Threw his pitch, knew something was wrong with his arm right away, and just motioned to his dugout and took himself there, holding his arm. Hopefully he's all right. Walton had a much better recovery than we were originally worried that he was going to have, but never good to see an arm like that go down, especially when you're so close to the end of the season. Pop fly to left side of the infield. Dylan Dreiling now 0 for 2. The ground out and a pop-up.
Tonight's 8th Street Liquor Beverage batter, the center fielder, number 8, Leo Jimmy.
Leo Jiminian 0 for 1 on the day with the ground outs. It's his first game back after dominating at the European Championships. Garrett Gruhl sitting at first base in a 1-all ball game in the bottom of the fourth inning with one away. Duran wanted to throw to first to catch Gruhl sleeping. Couldn't come up with the ball. 1-0 count to Frenchie. He's got Jazz on deck, Rawson in the hole. Yemenian grounds this one to the third base side. It goes foul to Andrew Ramirez. Yemenian's been on an 8-game hitting streak for a while and is looking to extend it. His 24th game of 2022 as a Lark. His first one since Wednesday, July 6th, where he played against the A's and went 3 for 5 with a double, 2 singles, 3 RBIs, and he scored a couple. 2-1, it's Dylan Weaver on the bump. He's the new pitcher. He pitched against the Larks on the 6th of July, went 1 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run scored, unearned, and a walk. Then he pitched against the Larks on Tuesday, June 28th, 1 inning, was given the loss, 1 hit, an earned run, and a walk. And then he pitched against the Larks 3 days before that. 2 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, striking out 3. He wasn't really ready to come into this game. They gave him plenty of time. I shouldn't say plenty of time to warm up, but they were a little lenient, giving him time to warm up, as they should, after he has to sub in for an injured pitcher without warming up. 2-2, Jiminian swings and misses at 1 low and is down on strikes. He is 0 for 2 today. Jaslov to the box, 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Austin Jaslov.
Slow swing at this one. He sends it to the other shortstop, Dembo, whose only play is to keep it in his glove. It'll be an infield single for Jaslov, and he puts himself on a 4-game hitting streak. Is now 11 of 25 against Dodge this season. 2 on, 2 out for Hunter Rawson, who popped out for the second out of the 3rd inning in his first at-bats. Throw to first. It gets away from Ramirez, and Garrett Gruhl heads to third base. Runners on the corners with 2 away. Larks 90 feet from taking the lead. Duran wanted to do that against Gruhl when he was at first base, does against Jaslov, and it doesn't go his way. Ramirez and Jaslov were about equal distance from the bag and just got away from Ramirez. So Ramirez in each corner, Andrew at third, Artie at first for the Dodge City Ace. Artie moves to hold Jaslov at first as a 1-0 is a fastball that bounces in. Duran slides right to keep it from scoring Gruhl. Rawson yesterday, 2 for 4 with an RBI. He takes it in the zone. 2-1 counts. Larks with 2 hits this inning and a walk. They have a home run from Terosian. I apologize for not having the stream going on it. And a single from Jaslov and a walk from Gruhl. Rawson takes this one to left center field. It won't be our second home run of the inning, but it will be our 3rd hit. It goes off the Taco Shop logo. He rounds second, heads for 3rd. Has a 2-out, 2 RBI triple. What a big hit from the Ohio State Buckeye. Drives in 2 big ones. Larks take the lead. Gruhl scores. Jaslov scores. And the Larks are up 3-1. Big 4th inning for the Larks. Runner at 3rd base, 2 away. Brady Evans steps up to the plate with the crowd feeling the momentum. Rawson, his first triple as a Lark. 18 and 19th RBIs. Garrett Gruhl scores his 14th run in his 11th game. Jaslov scores his 29th run. Weaver delivers inside, 1-0 count to Brady Evans. Crowd feeling it here. There's some adrenaline at the ballpark after going 8 up, 8 down to start it. Larks see some live here in the 4th inning. 1-0 to Brady. He lines it right at the second baseman Gonzalez, who fields it in the grass and throws to first. Larks will leave Rawson at 3rd base, but he brings home 2 runs and gives the Larks a 3-1 lead in a 3-hit 4th inning.
What we do here is go back.
Fifth inning, Larks bring in their second pitcher of the day. It's the man out of Chucky, Tennessee. Caleb Meredith gets a first pitch. Ugly swing and a miss out of a Rubio Duran. Duran grounded out to start the 3rd inning. Sent it to Ben Ferenzi in the hot corner, who made a scoop and a nice throw to first base to get the outs. Meredith, the southpaw, goes from the windup. 0-2. Meredith just had 10 of his teammates at Tennessee drafted yesterday, and the day before. One of them should be a familiar name. We'll get to that when we get a break. Brown looking for his first hit, but he's down 0-2 quick. Swing and a miss. Caleb Meredith will pick up strikeouts number 17 on the season. Let's talk about his teammate that just got drafted. You may have heard of him if you've been following Larks Network and followed the Larks. It is Cortland Lawson. Just got drafted by the Nationals, and as you can see on your screen, 14th round pick, 4'11". Had a great year last year for the Larks. Played a lot of action at shortstop, some at third base and DH, but had a great year for the Larks. Was one of the biggest pieces on the team that did some damage. Cortland last year for the Larks, 1.215 OPS. He played in 26 games, had 5 home runs, had 26 RBI, scored 34 runs, 525 on base percentage. That dude just found his way onto the base paths all the time. 33 hits and 26 walks. Had a great year at Tennessee this year. It was the #1 team for most of the season. And he got his name called today as the 10th volunteer to get drafted in 2022. Larks had a few guys get drafted last year, including Carlos Tavera, who got picked up by the Orioles. Then we had another guy go to the Mariners. 2-2 counts to Roberto Gonzalez, and he fouls one off. Scoreboard shows a 3-2 count. Gonzalez 2 for 2 today with a home run and a single. Grounds this one up the middle. Rice hustles for it, has a throw across his body, and it's going to be wild. It'll be a single, and his third hit of the day. Gonzalez falls over running through first base, but is safe there none the same. Tough play from Rice. A lot of guys aren't going to get to that one. He hustled for it, trying to make the throw, but didn't get it there. One away runner at first for Artie Ramirez, who is 0 for 2. He'll be teammates with Rice in a month at UTA. He flew out to Dominion in the third inning and struck out in the first inning. Klanovsky on deck, Morrell in the hole. We're at the 2-hole in the order. Gonzalez at first base, drove in the lone run of the game for the A's and scored the lone run of the game. 0-1 counts. Gruhl holding Gonzalez on, just like he did in the third inning. Gonzalez has a decent lead at first base, but Meredith, the lefty, forces him to go back to first base with a look as the ball gets sent to Dominion, who gets under it for out number 2 of the 5th inning.
Designated hitter, number 8, Jacob Klanovsky.
Meredith's 11th appearance as a Lark this season. He's thrown 22 and a third now. 3 starts, 8 relief appearances. He struck out 17, came into this outing with a 3.2 ERA and a 0.83 whip. Has the best whip on the team. Off the top of my head, I do believe that is the best. I'll check it real quick, but he's had earned runs because of home runs. You take away those home runs, Caleb Meredith really has been untouchable this year. He is second on the whip category behind Brady Rose. But when you put him in a category of guys who have thrown at least 20 innings, he does lead the team in whip. Currently the only guy with a 0 flat whip is Tyler LaRue, who threw 1 inning against the Kansas Cannons after spending some time catching and DHing and playing first base for the Larks this season. They threw him on his birthday, and hey, 3 up, 3 down. Meredith ready to go, but Klanovsky's trying to change up his tempo. Meredith last through against Fort Collins, where he went 3 2/3 in relief, got the win. No runs, strikeout 3. Fly ball to center field. Jemenian gets it moving to his left. This time, Larks see a single from Gonzalez, but Meredith gets 2 flyouts to Jemenian and strikes out 1. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Larks look to add to their 2-run lead.
Another couple of
Tanner Rice to lead things off for the Larks. Shows bunt, puts it in fair territory, and will be out at first base. Really close to being a foul ball. Home plate umpire Hunter Fitzpatrick said it was fair. Rice now 1 for 3.
The third baseman of the ball, Ben Ferenzi.
Ferenzi to the box, 0 for 2. They had a good hit in the third inning, but it was reeled in by Weiner, the center fielder. So it wasn't a hit, but he was well struck. One away, bases empty, and his first at bat he grounded out to Denbo. Called strike. A's have loved that outside part of the plate today on the mound. Larks brought 7 to the plate in the fourth inning. Tarosian led things off with a home run. Then Gruhl walked and scored. Jaslev singled and scored, and Rawson brought in both of the two previously mentioned guys with his triple. 1-1 to Ferenzi. He pops it up. Running for it is Duran and Ramirez. And Duran takes it off his glove in foul territory. Falls down by Ramirez. He called off his first baseman. It's tough to make those plays as a catcher. You got to lose the mask, try and find it. Sometimes that's disoriented. And then a catcher's mitt is not meant to catch fly balls. And so he will be back to the behind the plate spots with a 1-2 count to Ferenzi. Ferenzi given a second chance at life. Plus, one of the things, if that one wasn't behind the plates, but especially when it's behind the plates, they move back at the last second closer to the plates on the pop-up, so that throws off a lot of catchers. We've seen Brady Rose and LaRue and Halter have some great defensive plays behind the plate on pop-ups. But this one not the same. Ground ball goes to the right side. Gonzalez makes a diving stop, but throws wild to first base. As Ferenzi was racing, it'll be a single and then an error on the throw. As Ben picks up his first hit of the day, runner at second base with one away. Larks looking to score their fourth of the past 2 innings. Tarosian to the plate, 1 for 2 on the day with that solo shot in the fourth inning. That again, I just feel terrible that I wasn't able to be seen by his fans, especially I know his parents watching. That just really stinks that I wasn't able to get on the stream, but it was a nice hit. He's looking to do it again. Sends this one to left field. Zazzarino is moving back. Jack Tarosian won't have his second home run of the day as it goes off the bottom of the wall, but that is 2 at-bats with 2 well-struck balls. It is a double for Jack Tarosian this year against the A's, now with 2 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run, along with 4 singles. 2 in scoring position with 1 away. Larks looking to put more on the scoreboard with Weaver on the bump. One of the hottest bats in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League to the plate, Garrett Gruhl. He walked in the fourth inning and scored and flew out in the second inning. This year against the Dodge City A's, he is 1 for 5 with 1 walk and a run scored. This one goes off for Duran, who's shaken up by it. Woodruff out of the dugout to have a chat with his catcher, make sure he's all right. I remember when I was a kid, there was a show on TV called MLB Player Poll, and they used to ask every MLB player questions and then pull all the answers together and make it a TV show. And they asked one of the days, what's the hardest position to play in baseball? And by far the #1 answer was catcher. Just because you take hits like that, you got to squat behind the plate for 9 innings in heat, wearing gear, call the game, but it is a physical position, and Duran sees the physical part of it right here in the 5th inning. He squatted down to catch, and now his son is back up. Lobbing around, takes off the mask, puts it back on, and he'll be ready to go. Hope he's all right. I know his teammates in Dodge really like him. Seems like a good kid, and is gonna be looking like he's all right. Gruhl sees this pitch, takes it off the barrel to left field. It drops, rolls to the wall. It'll score Rosie and Ferenzi with ease. Back-to-back doubles for the Larks. 3 straight hits for the Larks, who lead by 4. Momentum back in favor of the home team after a tough start to the first 3 innings. The fans alive here at Larks Park. And they have another guy at scoring position. Garrett Gruhl, 11 games as a Lark, 11 games with the hits.
The left fielder, number 33, Dylan Driveway.
DeRosian scores his second of the day. Ferenzi scores his first. DeRosian now with 44 runs scored. And Ben with 29. Garrett Gruhl with now 17 RBIs. Mound visit. It's a good time to talk about another thing I wanted to talk about in this game. Leo Geminian is back. He was in France, or actually in Belgium, playing for France at the European Championships and had a great European Championship. France went 4-0. They beat Bulgaria 8-1, and Ireland 15-2, Bulgaria 18-2, Slovenia 19-0. Leo went 10 for 16 with 8 runs, 7 RBIs, a home run, 3 stolen bases, a .625 batting average, and a 1.563 OPS. He was a leadoff hitter for France, who won Group B, and he was tied for the first place spot in the European Championship with 10 hits, was third in average and runs, led France in hits, but was second on the team in runs, average, and stolen bases. They will have a chance to qualify for the World Baseball Classic in September. 5-1 Larks, runner at second base. One away with Dreiling at the plate. Dreiling 0 for 2. Weaver sends this one home. Dylan Dreiling sends it to right field. It is up and it is gone. Dylan Dreiling with another home run and 2 more RBIs. He keeps climbing that single season RBI leaderboard. And his third year with the Larks is having a great one. Gruhl now with 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Dreiling with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Larks working a 4-run 5th inning, get their second home run of the day. Dreiling leads the team now with 9 home runs. He's picked up 56 RBIs and scored 41 runs. Dylan Weaver will be done here. I kind of feel for him. He was rushed into this outing after the injury from Bautista, but the Larks work with what they got. They've had 2 doubles, a single, and now a home run in this inning. If the season ended today, Dreiling would have those 56 RBIs. Let me see where that would put him all time in a single season. He is now tied with Lance Berkman. Yeah, Lance Berkman, the former MLB All-Star and Comeback Player of the Year and World Series champion, for 4th all-time in a single season. RBIs. Berkman did it in 1995, went on to have a great MLB career. Dreiling does it here in 2022, and I think he has some very bright days ahead of him as he cranks his 9th RBI. He needs 2 more home run, or cranks his 9th home run, 56 RBIs. If he gets 2 more home runs, that'll crack top 10 all-time for single season home runs as a Lark. It'll put him in a 5-way tie with a few guys. Larks up 7-1. Runners have scored 4 in a row, and they will lead by 6 as we let you know who the new pitcher is after the break. The man to the plate who we were just talking about a little bit ago, Jiminian. He is 0 for 2 today, looking to get back in the hit column. Swing and a miss here. 0-1. Dreiling just brought home Garrett Gruhl with his 2-run home run. His 9th home run of the season, 11th as a Lark. Larks now have 47 long balls this season after having 55 last year. 0-1 to Jiminian, will miss the zone. New pitcher into the game is Christian Machado. He's out of San Joaquin Delta. He's a Pittsburgh, California native. He pitched against the Larks on June 7th, went 1 inning, 2 hits, 5 earned runs, walking 3. Pitched against the Larks on June 26th. 1 inning, a hit, an earned run as Leo Jiminian lines this one down the right field line, is looking for 2 bases, slides in safely, and the throw goes into left field. Larks 5 straight hits, 3 doubles, a single and a home run, and the Beverage batter gets on the base paths for the first time today. You knew the bats would start rolling at some point. That's why they're never fazed by the 1-0 lead. It could have been more, but Cade Brown really had some clutch outs in his 4-inning outing. And the Larks bats are rolling for sure here in the 5th inning. Leo just cranked his 9th double of the season. He's now on a 9-game hitting streak. It's sat at 8 games for a couple weeks, but back in the order, he gets the hits. Jazz Love at the plate, singled in his last at bat, and then came around and scored on the Hunter Rosson triple. Still only 1 away here in the 5th inning of action, and Jazz Love will be hit by a pitch. Jiminian was going for 3rd, but on the hit by pitch will be sent back to second base. Looked at the umpire, said, "Do I need to stay here?" And Vega waved him back to second. Jazz Love aboard for the 2nd time today on his 6th hit by pitch of the season. That'll push his OBP up. Came into this game with a .446 on base percentage. Dreiling leading the team in on base percentage with .548. Gruhl at .500. Evans at .471. LaRue at .464. Just a bunch of guys getting on base. First pitch to Rosson, who tripled in his last at bats, will catch the outside corner according to Hunter Fitzpatrick, and he will be down the count. No balls and a strike. Larks have put everybody on since Rice at the time of the order led off with a bunt out. Jiminian at second, Jazz Love at first base. Gave you the numbers for Machado's first 2 outings against the Larks. His latest one was on July 6th, where he came into the game in relief. Didn't get a single out and had 3 earned runs, 2 hits, and 2 walks. It seems like every time the Larks and the A's meet up, the Larks kind of see the same guys. You see Pereira, Machado, Weaver. Bautista was only making his 2nd appearance against us this season, but it was still a familiar face. But you are going to see guys a few times when you play each other 6 times. Rosson takes this one opposite field. Running forward is Morel. It will drop. Hunter Rosson with back-to-back extra base hits. Leo will hold Jazz Love at 3rd, but Rosson gets his 3rd RBI of the day. A double and a triple for the Ohio State Buckeye. He scores Jiminian from second base. Now 2 through 7, the order of each scored at least 1 run. Terosian and Gruhl have each scored 2. Jazz Love at 3rd, Rosson at 2nd. Larks have put 7 straight on. 8-1 Larks. And they have turned it on quickly here and have scored all 8 runs in the past 2 innings on 4 outs. So 1 1/3, they put up 8. Machado delivers to Evans. Called strike. Evans today 0 for 1 with a walk. Rawson at second, Jaslov at third. 1-1 count to Brady Evans. 10-hit effort for the Larks, 6 of them in this inning. 4 doubles, a home run, and a single. Two balls and a strike, 1 away. Jaslov, the only guy to reach the base pass in this inning without hitting in this inning. He was hit by a pitch, but he extended his hitting streak in the last inning with a base hit. 2-1 and the zone 2-2. Rice on deck for Renzi in the hole for the Hayes Larks, who are putting their 9th guy at the plate of the inning. Evans lines this one over Gonzalez, who has some hops, but not enough bounce to get it. The throw from the right fielder, Morrell, will go home, but wide of the bag. 2 RBIs on the base hit from Brady Evans, who's had a catch in consecutive games for the first time in a while with 2 guys out. He was the Larks up 10-1, and it'll bring Woodruff out of the dugout. Cam Walton will run for Evans for a second time today. Larks up by 9, still only 1 away. Woodruff is out to talk about something. He argued with the umpires a lot in Dodge, but is not arguing today. He just wants to go have a chat with his pitcher Machado. Larks up by 9, continuing to put a lot at the plate. They have scored 50 runs in their last 17 innings at the plate. 50 runs in 17 innings.
Meet me down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks.
Tanner Rice to the box. He led off the inning with a bunt and is so far the lone out. Machado sends it off the number 2 of his jersey. The mound visit doesn't help him out much. He hits a second of the 5th inning. 2 on, 1 out. Machado dealing with the Larks bats. The Tribe had to do it a lot. Much different pitching outing than what we saw from the Larks yesterday. It was their 3rd 3-pitcher no-hitter of the season. They did it in back-to-back games. And before Gonzalez's home run in the first inning, the Larks pitching staff had combined for 14 straight innings without a hit. Call strike 1 here to Ben Ferenzi, who singled and scored in this inning. Every single guy in the lineup has seen the base paths so far in this 6th inning. 5th inning. Runners are taken off, and they're going to go back as the pop-up gets sent to Gonzalez. Everybody will be safe back at their bags, but Gonzalez gets the second out. Ferenzi now 1 for 4 today. Two away, 2 on for Jack Terosian with a double and a home run on the day.
The right fielder, Jack Terosian.
Brule on deck, drowning in the hole for Ace. Brady Evans now with 20 RBIs on the season after that single. Has 40 career RBIs as a Lark, matching his total from last year. 1-0 count to Jack Terosian. He's got sitting at second base Cam Walton, and then Rice at first base. Walton danced around between second and third trying to catch the pitcher's eye. Did enough to mess up Machado. 2-0. Ferenzi does a lot of that bouncing around the base pass trying to catch the pitcher's eye and distract him. Some guys it bothers, some guys it doesn't really faze them. Regardless of how it affects Machado, Walton's going to do it. Machado spins and looks him back to the back, but nobody there to cover. Walton's in standing up without a throw. Cam is a courtesy runner this year, and even hitting for himself, has scored 8 runs. He's taken off for third base. The throw will not be in time, and he steals third base with a good jump. Cam's second stolen base of the season and his second attempt. It was a close play, but Duran's throw did not get him out. Runners on the corners with 2-way. It is a 3-0 count for Terosian. Walton at third, Rice at first base. Larks up by 9. Check over at Rice. Ramirez grabs it and chats with his fellow UTA Maverick. .3-0 to Jack. He's taken all the way. Wouldn't have mattered because it is a ball, and he has a good eye as aboard for the second time this inning, and he loads the bases up for Garrett Gruel. Now this is tough for Machado, but it won't be his problem, I guess, because Woodruff's out of the dugouts and we'll pull him, but he's got to, there's the bases loaded, you got to face Garrett Gruel. Should you not get Garrett Gruel out, then you got to face Dylan Dreiling. Man, wouldn't want to be in the Dodge City A's shoes, but Machado smiles as he will be pulled from the game. And we will let you know who the new pitcher is, but let's talk about the no-hitters this year for the Larks. Meredith, Parker, and Hendon combined it for 1 on June 18th. Parker went 5 innings in the starts. Meredith went 2 innings. Sam Hendon threw the last inning. It was a 8-inning run rule of the Cougars. Parker with 5 good innings, and then almost a month later, Kobe Grimsley got the start, helped the Larks get another one. Braden Lucard helped him out with a few innings. And then Tabor threw the last one on the no-hitter on right after Hunter Parker's first no-hitter on the dot. He comes in relief of Austin Pewitt, throws a good few innings. Pewitt's, Chris, and Parker combined for the third no-hitter of the season. Again, a month after that first one and a day after the second one. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is after the break. Larks up 9 runs with the bases loaded in the 5th inning. Designated hitter to the bump, Klonowski will take over and be pitcher number 4 of the day. And another one here in the 5th inning. Garrett Gruel to lead things off, or not lead things off, but he'll be the first batter he faces. He's got Walton at third, Rice at second, and Terosian at first. The first pitch to Gruhl misses high and inside. A ball, no strikes to the Murray State Aggie. Konofsky's 4th appearance of the season on the bump has thrown 5 1/3. 3 runs have scored, only 1 earned. 6 hits, 5 walks. Make it 7 hits as Gruhl drops this in left field. That's Rice rounding third and heading home. Walton scores. Rice scores. 2 RBIs for Garrett Gruhl. He now has 4 in this inning and is at first base for the 3rd straight plate appearance. He rounded first in his last one, but went to second base, but he's aboard for his 3rd straight plate appearance.
The left fielder, number 33, Dylan Driley.
Terosian to second. Walton scores his 9th run. Rice scores as well. That is Tanner's 27th run of the season, as Gruhl now has 17 ribbies. No. 19 ribbies. He has scored 15 runs and driven in 19. Dylan Drilling at the plate. He had a home run in his last at-bat. Tied Lance Berkman for 4th place in a single season RBI total with 2 runs on the swing. 1-0 pitch to him outside. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 away. Bases not loaded anymore. Get the scoreboard fixed and get the runs on there, but it is Terosian at second, Gruhl at first base. Drowning 1 for 3 today, but 1 for 1 in this inning. Pops this one up. As the 14th batter of the inning, it goes into left field. Zazzarino gets the outs. And finally, the 5th inning is over. Larks bring 14 to the plate, score 9 runs. Worcester leads to 11 and pick up a ton of hits. Going to the 6th inning, Meredith back to the bump. Sixth inning. Larks up by 11 after scoring all 12 runs in the past 2 innings. 9-run 5th off of 8 hits, a walk, and left 2 on. It'll be a leadoff single for Jacob Konofsky, who just pitched the last outs of the 5th inning. He is now 1 for 2 with a single and a walk and a ground outs. Lone run of the day for the Dodge City A's came off the Roberto Gonzalez leadoff home run to right center field. Woodruff rallied his team outside the Dodge City dugout, trying to get him fired up, and Get some life into him. Down by 11. Meredith back on the bump. His first pitch will miss low to Michael Weiner. That was Morel, not Klanowski, who just singled. Morel 2 for 3 now with a double and a single and a strikeout. Runner at first, nobody out. A 1-0 pitch from Meredith goes from the stretch and is off the skinny part of the bat to the backstop. A ball and a strike. Cade Brown went 4 innings for the Larks, gave up 4 hits, a walk, an earned run, and left 4 on the base paths. Ground ball between Rice and Gruhl. It goes into right field, and it'll be back-to-back base hits for the Dodge City Ace. Morel at second, Widener at first base as Ramirez comes to the plates. Andrew Ramirez struck out in the second inning, then reached on the Ferenzi error in the 4th inning, but Cade Brown worked around the error. There was 2 on with nobody out, and he got a strikeout and a pop-out. And then they got that run around at second base. That was just a weird call from the umpires. 2 on, nobody out in the 6th inning. Caleb pitched against the Dodge City A's on June 25th. It was a Saturday game at Larks Park. He went 4 innings in the start. 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. And he pitched against them before that on June 7th. 3 innings in the starts, 2 earned runs, 3 hits, and a strikeout. 0-2 quick to Andrew Ramirez. Doesn't like that call. Meredith has given up just 16 hits this season, 3 of them in this game. That matches a season high for hits allowed. 0-2 reaching forward to stay live as Ramirez. He lines it to the right side, bounces a couple times in foul territory. Dodge City with 7 hits in this game, 2 of them in this inning. All hits but Gonzalez's home run and Morel's double are singles. Opposite field, Terosian will run forward. It drops in the grass. Woodruff will let him run home, and Terosian's throw goes to third base. Running for second base is Ramirez. Well, he will be caught in a pickle. Jaslov runs him down, but they're keeping an eye at the runner at third base. Now they're going to get him in a pickle. Gruhl catches him off guard, runs towards him, plays it right. The throw to third base is going to be in time. What a good double play right there for the Larks. It could have been a couple of runs. Instead, it's only one run, and the Larks get 2 out. Garrett Gruhl did exactly what he should have done. Caught the guy looking like deer in the headlights. Didn't want to commit to throwing home and throwing to third, and made the runner not want to do either, so he just ran right at him, and Larks do that very well. Jaslov did what he needed to do too. Larks executing here defensively in the 6th inning. That was Weiner who was out. Morel scored. Morel now with 21 runs scored this season. The first pitch to Angelo Zazzarino swung on a miss. 0-1 counts. Base is empty, 2 away, and a 12-2 ball game. Larks had been on the other side of a pickle this season. Well, once running, and then once defensively where I don't remember who it was, but we had a pickle and they got around the tag and ran it perfectly. This time the Larks learned from it and get 2 pickles and get 2 outs. Meredith quick up 1-2 against Zazzarino from the windup. The Tennessee Volunteer delivers and sees this one go to the right side and foul. 1-2 from Caleb. This is inside. Inside, Evans drops and falls forward, blocking it. Larks 4 outs away from a run rule. They need to keep Dodge off the scoreboard. Maybe get some insurance runs in the bottom half of this inning. Pop fly to the right side. It will go out of play. Do it for the Larks, looking for some more runs in the 6th inning. It'll be Jeminian, Jaslov, and Rossin. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Hayes Larks. Larks with 12 hits today, 3 walks, 12 runs, 5 left on base. Dodge with 8 hits, 1 walk, 2 runs, 5 left on base. Fly ball to center field. Jeminian moving back and to his left. Makes the catch, spins in front of the wall, and gets the 3rd out of the 6th inning. It's an exciting bottom of the 5th and an exciting top of the 6th. Larks up by a decade as we go to the other half of the 6th. Leo Jeminian to the box for the Larks to lead off the bottom half of the 6th inning. Now 2 games back in the RMBL standings after Liberal just beat Fort Collins 9-0. They will play Fort Collins one more time tomorrow when the Larks have an off day. Then we will have 2 big games in Hayes Thursday and Friday. Catch them both on Larks Network. Even better, come down to the park. First pitch at Jeminian will miss inside. From the 4th pitcher of Dodge City's day, Klanovsky. Bautista, 3 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, a strikeouts. Weaver, 1 1/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, a strikeout, no walks. Machado, a third of an inning, 3 hits, 5 earned runs. No strikeouts and a walk. Klanovsky through the last third, gave up a hit, no runs, no strikeouts, no walks. 1-1 counts. If Meredith is not to return to the mound for the 7th inning, I'm going to guess that we're going with Cade Hare next, but Jeminian says, don't care what happens the next inning, I'm worried about right now, and sends this into left field. It is doubles and back-to-back innings for Jeminian. And back-to-back innings with half-price drinks for Larks fans. Austin Jaslov to the box. Jazz 1 for 2 today with a single, a hit by pitch, and a run scored. Actually, maybe 2 runs scored. Yes, 2 runs scored. I forgot to mark his last one. Rice, Ferenzi, Dreiling, Geminian, Rawson each with 1 run. Jaslov, Gruel, and Tarosian each with 2. Evans, the lone guy, did not score, but his courtesy runner Cam Walton scored for him in the 5th inning. Ground ball to the left side, and Jaslov will be out for the first time since the 3rd inning, and his 3rd plate appearance since then. Runner 90 feet from scoring an insurance run, with 1 away for Rawson, who has picked up extra base hits in back-to-back innings prior to this one. A triple in the 4th, a double in the 5th. Looking for another one here in inning number 6. Ball gets away from Alex Cummings, who came in and replaced Arubio Duran when Klonowski replaced Machado on the bump. The Leos chatting at third base. Frank Leo, the head coach. Leo Geminian, the center fielder, 90 feet from scoring. 1-0 called strike versus Rawson. Evans on deck, Rice in the hole for Hayes. One with 1 away, fouled off. Rawson with 29 hits this season, 19 singles, 6 doubles, and a triple. Also has a trio of home runs. He scored 37 times and has driven in 17. 1-2. Before we get the delivery, it'll be Klonowski stepping off the rubber. The 1-2 offering to Rawson hangs in the air, drops in the zone. He will be down on strikes for the first time today, out for the first time since the 3rd inning. It's now 2 for 4 with a double and a triple and a run scored. Evans needs to put something out on the grass to bring home Geminian, or not necessarily out on the grass, but get a hit and keep the inning alive to score the French native standing at third base. Evans 1 for 2 today with a single and a walk. Cam Walton scored a run, courtesy running for the catcher in the 5th inning. Due for the Dodge City A's needing to score at least 1 run is going to be 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Dembo, Duran, and Gonzalez. Hard hit, ground ball to the shortstop, Dembo. Throws across his body to first base. Larks get a leadoff double from Geminian, but send 2 ground outs to the shortstop and get his strikeouts, and will take a 10-run lead to the 7th inning, looking for run rule number 13. Seventh frame here in Hayes. Leading it off is Brock Dembo. His first pitch from the new pitcher, Kobe Grimsley, will be inside. 1-0 counts. Grimsley batted against the Tribe and also threw 4 innings in that no-hitter. And his last outing got the starts and the win. His second win of the season, both in his only 2 starts. He also picked up a save that was against the Outlaws on Saturday. Hasn't given up a hit in his last 3 outings. His last hit allowed was against Fort Collins on the first, where he threw 1 inning. Allowed a hit, a walk, a strikeout, and a hit by pitch. 3 runs scored to his name, but none of them earned. 1-2 from Grimsley, outside to Dembo. 2-2. Dembo struck out against Brown in the second, popped out against him to Ben Ferenzi in the fourth. He's the lone Dodge City A in the lineup to not see Kobe Grimsley. He goes down on strikes. Kobe now with 17 on the season. That no-hitter was a 3-pitcher no-hitter on Sunday. Larks threw back-to-back no-hitters Saturday and Sunday. This one almost a month to the day from the first one, and then Hunter Parker didn't start, but he started the first one and then came in relief and threw the most innings on Monday. So yesterday, a month to the dots away from his first no-hitter as a Lark. Burgers had some dominant outings on the season through that 9-inning complete game shutouts against Fort Collins last year, as Duran drives this one into right center field, and it's actually Cummings, not Duran. It'll be the second ground rule double in the past couple of days. It is tough to hit ground rule doubles at Larks Park, but we have seen one from Terosian yesterday and one from Alex Cummings here in the 7th inning. Runner at second base with 1 away. Larks 2 outs away from a run rule, but you got to keep Cummings from scoring, and you're going to go through the guy that you've struggled to get out really all year, but especially today, Roberto Gonzalez. He is 3 for 3 with a home run and a couple of singles. Grimsley goes from the stretch, fastball outside, 1-0 counts. 9th hit of the day for the Dodge City A's. They walked just once, scored 2 runs, and left 5 on the base paths. A's will fall to 1-2 at Larks Park, whether it happens in the 7th inning or the 9th inning. And will fall 8.5 games behind the Liberal BJs. They're 14-10 in league play. Larks 19-3. .2-0 from Kobe. Popped up into center field. Jemanian gets under it. Moves in with some momentum. Throws to third. Jaslove cuts it off with the runner. Duran staying at second base. Gonzalez out for the first time today. Larks 1 out away from yet another run rule. It'll be, I believe, their 12th of the season. Kind of excited about the Liberal series. It's going to be nice to have 2 teams that both want to win really badly. Not that Dodge doesn't want to win, but I believe these games will be much closer than the Larks' past few ones. Larks have run ruled 4 in a row prior to this one, are looking for their 5th straight. Alrighty, Ramirez to the box. Sends this one foul. 0-1. 10-run lead for the Larks. 2 away in the 7th inning. Danovsky on deck, Morrell in the hole. Ground ball to the Larks dugout, goes off the front of it. Kobe Grimsley 1 strike away. Again, the Larks, their 29th win of the season. Kobe's now thrown in 20 flat innings. 2-0 with a save. He's given up 13 hits, 2 earned runs. 9 walks, 17 strikeouts, has an ERA sitting under 1. And I'd like to keep it this way in this inning. A ball and 2 strikes here to the first baseman from Walnut, California. He struck out against Brown in the first inning, flew out to Jemenian in the 3rd, and then did it again, flying out to Jemenian in the 5th inning. Him and Gonzalez have hits in every odd inning so far. He will swing and miss at this one. Gonzalez, after his flyouts, will watch his teammate Ramirez. Strikeouts. Swinging Gonzalez. Flyouts. Cummings double. Dembo strikeout in the 7th inning. Ramirez now 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Grimsley strikes out 2. 18 now on the season. Dodge now 1-2 at Larks Park and have lost 3 straight road games and are 4-9 on the road. Larks have won 6 in a row, have 6 sweeps, and win the season series against Dodge 5-1. They won 10 straight league games and 10 straight home games, 13-2 in July, and are 19-2 at Larks Park. They are now 29-7 on the season. 20-3 in league play in second place, now 1.5 games back. They were 1.5 games back earlier today. Liberal won and then we won, so we'll stay 1.5. Dodge City now 8.5 games back, 14-11 in league play. All right, tomorrow is an off day for the Larks, but then Thursday and Friday are the big ones. Liberal BJs come to town, our bitter rivals. They have a chance to put up a 2-game lead if they beat Fort Collins tomorrow. Larks got to win both of those games in order to set themselves up for the Rocky Mountain Baseball League win. If you lose one of them, it's going to be very tough to win it. So be sure to check out those 2 games. Larks splits the doubleheader in Liberal in last month, and we're going to look to sweep it here in Hayes. Games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will round out the season. So be sure to check out Larks versus Liberal on Thursday, first pitch at 7:30 p.m. Hayes wins at 12-2 here today. They have now won 6 straight and have 5 straight run rules. This has been Carson Akron on the call. Thank you for tuning in to Larks Network. We will see you Thursday for a big, big game.